What's up, everybody? I hope you all had a great Christmas, and I hope everyone had a good holiday and a good Christmas Eve and all that. I thought I would get on here and kind of discuss a few things that has also kind of sort of been on my mind, just basically as 2020 closes and we're all in for the new year. Thought I'd get on here and kind of voice some of my opinions about this, basically just this whole year, and to kind of wrap it up and sum it up in a sentence, basically. Maybe probably multiple sentences, but, you know, I know and I also know I haven't been making many videos as I usually do, and I apologize for that. It's just, I've just been really busy trying to get things in order, but I'll try to post more. My schedule looks a little bit more open some weeks for work and whatnot, so I'll try to upload a little bit more. And with regards to like this whole year, like the year for me personally, and I know it's been hard for a lot of people. It's been hard for everybody. I'd say this year has been a struggle and a half for every single person out there. I would say that this year has been a struggle for everybody in this country, probably everybody on the planet. So it all started off, obviously. It started off, with the coronavirus and how everything just literally got out of control. It just became a literal shit show, and things just spiraled out of control like there was no tomorrow. It broke out in China, and China did nothing to contain it. They let it spread to every single part of the world, and it has spread rapidly. And you know what? I think it's stupid to say that it's racist to say that China is it, because it's not racist, okay? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, China is to blame for the coronavirus. I don't care what anybody says about that. If you want to call me a bigot for saying that, then go right ahead. But I'll tell you otherwise, that you are fucking wrong. So if anyone wants to sit here and think that China is not to blame for the coronavirus, then bring it the fuck on, okay? Because that's where it came from, and they did nothing to contain it. So they're to blame for why the world went to shit. They are to blame for the reason why this whole virus and this whole pandemic started in the first place. So, what are my thoughts on the coronavirus and how the world has handled it? Well, I can start off by saying this. I think the way that this country has handled it has been nothing short of fucking abysmal. And why do I say that? Well, I say it because of this. Because it's true. We have the highest number of COVID cases in the entire world. It's completely and totally ridiculous, where so many other countries of the first world have basically beat this virus, and life in those places are basically back to normal, like Australia and New Zealand and a few other places. I think South Korea, maybe Taiwan, Singapore. They've all basically done everything. They beat this virus, and we're still far behind on it, and there's still just thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people dying every single day in this country, and it's fucking abysmal. And I can say that both sides of the political spectrum are to blame for this fucking virus. Democrats are to blame for it, for how they've handled it, because they politicize the virus. The far left, like the not even the far, like the neoliberals, that's what the Democrats are. They're fucking neoliberals. Then the Democrats have politicized this virus and have used it for the purposes of lockdowns, just so they can curtail people's civil liberties and try to control people's lives. So, Democrats like Gavin Newsom in California, who I think is a fucking scumbag, and Andrew Cuomo in New York, who's also a fucking scumbag. People like that, what they have done is they have politicized this virus like no tomorrow. They've done nothing but draconian measures against us, like lockdowns and everything, that is just so like overblown and ridiculous. And it's done nothing to contain the virus. It has done nothing to contain the virus whatsoever. So it's completely and totally ridiculous. Now, the way my state, Massachusetts, has handled it, it's kind of mixed. I think Massachusetts, for the better part, has handled it better than a lot of places in the country. I think some measures like that Charlie Baker has taken, most of them are good. I think that he has, I think he's trying to balance it with, okay, we need to pull back a little bit. We need to have people wearing masks, which I'm fine with, like, I don't know, like with masks and everything, I think it's kind of annoying. I think masks can be annoying at times. I mean, I get it because it's hard to breathe and everything. I've kind of accustomed to it. I've kind of gotten used to it. But on the issue of the other side, the Republicans like will try to make like these ridiculous conspiracy theories and anti-vaccine fucking nonsense, and those people are idiots too. Okay, I think the way Trump has handled it and the Democrats have handled it have all been terrible. And that will bring me to my next point in just a moment. But no, I think the way that everybody in this country, every politician in this country has handled the virus has been completely and totally abysmal. I think it's been terrible. I think it's just been terrible the way that one side is politicized it and the other side wants to make these ridiculous conspiracies about it and whatnot. Like, okay. My whole theory on the coronavirus is this. We have to be careful with it, especially with the issue of older people and people with pre-existing conditions and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But you know what? Lockdowns and trying to close this and that thing, that's not effective at all. As a matter of fact, that's just going to destroy the economy. That's not good. You can't do that. It's not effective. Like it's as simple as that. Lockdowns are draconian. They are excessive, and it's not going to do anything to stop this virus. Like California is basically on an entire lockdown and stay-at-home order. That's another thing. Stay-at-home orders are stupid too. Okay, and stay-at-home orders are stupid too. You can't have people just in their houses 24/7. Like come on now. Like get the fuck out of here. You can't have businesses shut down because you're still going to have other businesses open as well. You're still going to have essential businesses open too. You're still going to have essential businesses open. You're still going to have all these other things open too, like grocery stores and pharmacies. And people are still going to go. People are still going to flock to those places. So there's no point. There's no point in it. There is no point in a shutdown whatsoever. Masks, I agree with in principle. I kind of have mixed feelings about masks, but you know what? I have to wear a mask at work when I'm around other people. Generally at work, I usually work alone, which I like about my job, and I for probably more than 90% of the time I have to work. I work alone. But when it comes to masks, there are some people that will go in public places and will try to flaunt the rules on masks. And you know what? Those people who do that, you're fucking assholes. Okay, just wear the fucking thing. Stop bitching and complaining and just wear the goddamn thing. Go in, get the shit you need, and get out, okay? And then when you get back in your car or whatever, you can take your damn mask off, okay? Stop fucking bitching and just understand that that's just the way it is, and that also may as well just be effective in some ways. We don't know. I'm trying to take a balanced approach to this virus. I'm not trying to be too extreme about it one way or the other. I don't think people should be. Because I think people that are so scared and paranoid and think that everything should be shut down are just as stupid as people on the right, like the fucking retards on the right that deny the virus and deny it even exists and think vaccines are stupid. Okay? So I think people on the far left politicize the virus, and I think the far right thinks it's like a conspiracy, and they think anti-vaccines and all that. And I think both sides are fucking retarded, and I think you need to take a balanced approach. I think businesses should be open to keep the economy running, because with this pandemic, okay, the economy worldwide is in shambles. Like the economy is, especially in this country, is in shambles. you have to keep business running, but at the same time, you have to have things like, restricted and seriously regulated in order to prevent the virus from spreading and making our hospitals just overwhelmed. And many of our hospitals are overwhelmed. My mother is a nurse practitioner. She's been dealing with COVID patients since this whole thing started. She's been treating thousands of COVID patients every single day. She has to get tested very, very frequently. But no, I think you have to keep things, I think you have to keep things running, but keep it very strictly regulated. Like make masks completely mandatory. Same thing with flying. Like when I fly to Indiana to see the one I love the most, he knows who he is. When I go to see him, I think flying is totally safe now and the reason why is because there's less people flying. There's not, you're not going to be around as many people because many people are not flying as much nowadays. Masks are required like throughout the entire flight unless you're eating or drinking. So when you have that, and then they sanitize things. So I would argue that flying is a lot more safer and more cleaner and more sanitary. So my thing is, I think things need to be open, but keep it very, strictly regulated. That's what I think. You need to keep a balanced approach to it. You can't be too extreme on one side and have everything shut down and destroy the economy and piss people off, because you can't do that. You can't tell people where to go. You can't have travel orders. You can't have this stupid shit and saying, you can't travel here, you can't travel here. There's a thing in the Constitution called freedom of movement. People have a right to go where they want to go. Okay? It's as simple as that. If people want to stay out late, they have a right to stay out late. Okay? Let people at the same time make their own choices in a free society, but at the same time pull things back a little bit. Like limiting a certain amount of people in stores or whatever. Massachusetts recently did that. Everything was closed in this state and most of the country. Massachusetts started opening up again in June. I think in June or July. Basically, mostly everything is open now, I think, and it hasn't been that bad. Yeah, it's kind of surged a little bit. It's kind of surged a bit, but then it's kind of, the numbers fluctuate. I mean, with regards to the numbers, guys, it's flu season. You can't sit there and tell me for 1 second that they're not fudging these numbers at least a little bit. Okay, like I think these numbers are a little skeptical, because one day there was one day where there was 0 cases, and then the next day there was like 7,000 cases, then there's 5,000 cases, then there's 4,000, then 3,000, 2,000. It's like the numbers are fluctuating like way too much. They're not consistent, and I would argue that they're fudging it in the age of the flu season. And if that makes me a conspiracy theorist, then whatever. Whatever. If that makes me a conspiracy theorist, then fine, whatever. I don't fucking give a shit, because I think that's the God's honest truth. I think there are a lot of cases, and I think it's very severe. I think that there are more cases in this country than there are anywhere else in the world, and that's the fault of both sides. But I think some of the numbers are kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of, and listen, and listen to this. Listen to my word. Like if you want to sit there and think that like I'm a conspiracy theorist, like okay, listen to this. If that makes me a conspiracy theorist because I question certain things, because I don't believe every single thing that the media is trying to say, and I don't believe the scare tactics that I think some people on the far left are trying to do, and if that makes me a conspiracy theorist, then fine. Then that's a badge I will wear and wear proudly, because I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not a COVID denier. I don't deny that this virus is a thing. I think it is a thing. But I think, in all honesty, it's a weaponized flu. I think it's worse than the flu, but it's a weaponized flu, and I think it was man-made. I think it was man-made in China by bats. Or something, or just something like that. People say it came from bats, and now there's a strain of it coming from, like, the UK and all that. It's like, for fuck's sake. Like, it's ridiculous. Well, can we at least... Okay, now the U.S. is requiring that people from the U.K. can't come here because of the... And that's a little unfortunate, because I know several people from the UK, and they're some of the nicest people I ever met. I've met many people from England. when I was on vacation before, and they're like some of the nicest, coolest people I ever met. And I'll tell you, but you know what? If it's coming from there, then that's good. Then you know what? Then we have to start restricting. I think international travel should be very strictly regulated and all that. But domestic travel from one part of a country to the next, I don't think that's not a big deal. I think you should let people continue to travel domestically, but internationally, it should be a little bit more strict in that regard. But so that's my thoughts about that. Now, the issue of Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Oh, my fucking God. I don't like either one of them. The reason I don't like either one of them is this. I know a lot of people that like Donald Trump, and that doesn't automatically make someone a racist. That doesn't automatically make someone bad or whatever. A lot of people who watch my channel like Donald Trump and have voted for Donald Trump, including my lover and his family. I was actually with them when the election happened in Indiana. I was there. And I wasn't able to vote because I'm only registered in Massachusetts. I wasn't registered in Indiana when it happened. But I wasn't going to vote for either one of them because I don't like either one of them. I don't think either one of them are really competent. People say, Trump brought a lot of change and all that. Okay, Trump is just as much of an imperialist and a warmonger as the rest of them. Trump bombed Syria not once but twice. He's escalated interference and hostilities in Latin America and the Caribbean region, especially against Cuba and Venezuela. He assassinated the Iranian general back in earlier this year, which I heavily disagreed with. I have my own thoughts and opinions on this, and this is like a story for another day. There's just a lot of things that I don't agree with that guy. If he was different, he said he wanted, during the campaign, he wanted to get us out of all these stupid wars and, a lot of stuff, because Obama escalated a lot of the wars and continued a lot of the warmongering policies that George W. Bush was continuing and everything. And Obama continued that in a lot of aspects. He increased drone strikes, didn't close Gitmo, didn't do this and that. He didn't go along with single-payer health care like he said he was going to. Obamacare or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So then Trump said he wanted to be different than that. But then Trump did a lot of shitty things. Like, pulled out of the Paris Agreement, which was fucking abysmal. That was not a good move. That was a very destructive move for that matter. Like I said, bombing Syria not once but twice. Just a lot of things like that. And and also he hasn't handled this virus well either. Now, you know what? People can make an argument one way or another. Nobody's handled this virus well. Okay? Even with a Democratic president, I don't think we would have been able to. Because one side wants to politicize it, and it's just, and then the other side did not. It's just not good. Because we need new politicians, we need new leadership, we need to get this thing under control. But at the same time, we can't politicize it to own the other side, and we can't deny that it exists either. So, okay, so now my thoughts on Joe Biden. So that's my thoughts on Trump. Don't really like him. Definitely don't like him as a leader. I think he's a good businessman, but I don't really care for him as a leader. I just don't like him as a leader. But anyway, not a good leader. Partially why he got voted out, but people could make the argument about him getting voted out and all that. Now let's get to this point. Joe Biden. I don't like Joe Biden. Here's the reason. Because Joe Biden is a neoliberal and a corporatist, and he's also a warmonger. He wants to increase military spending. He actually supports coup. He wants a coup in Venezuela to overthrow Maduro and prop up the right-wing CIA puppet Juan Guaido in Venezuela. He wants to do that. He wants to increase military spending. He's a neoliberal, and he talks out of both sides of his mouth, and he has fucking dementia, and he can't even formulate a proper sentence. So that's why I don't like Joe Biden. And the Democrats, they could have went with anybody else, but they had to pick Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I don't like him either, and I think he's weird. I don't know. I just think when he's around little kids and around women and whatever, he acts weird. Like, I don't know. I just think Joe Biden is a weirdo. I don't think he should be in office. He's too fucking old, and I don't know. I don't even think he's gonna last. I think that fucking bitch Kamala Harris is gonna get in, and don't even get me started on her. Oh God, she's another neoliberal and a corporatist as well. And it's ridiculous. So again, I have a balanced approach. I don't like Trump, but I especially don't like I don't like Trump, and I don't like Joe Biden either. Now let me get to this. Now a lot of people make the argument that that like the election was rigged against Trump, or like it's a coup against Trump and everything else, and then other people saying, well, Joe Biden won fair and square. Okay, here's the thing. I don't especially think. I think both arguments are fucking stupid. Here's the reason. I don't think Joe Biden got as many votes as people say he did. That's number one. I don't think he stole it from Trump per se, but I do think there's something, I think it's a little fabricated. To say that he got more votes than Obama, like he got like millions more votes than Obama, come on. I think it's ridiculous to say that, oh, he got more votes than Obama did. It's like, yeah, whatever. If I was going to vote, I would have voted third party. Now that's the thing that pisses me off. I have many family members, I will not mention names or who they are, told me that I should vote for Biden because, oh, we have to get rid of Trump and all that. And it's like, okay, you know what? Fine. But can you pick a better alternative? Because I don't really like Donald Trump. I really didn't want to see him in office for another 4 years. I don't really like Donald Trump. But could we get someone in that is a little better than Trump? Could we get someone in that is not a creepy weirdo like Biden and can't formulate a proper sentence? Like, can the Democrats, could they have picked a better side? And then, and they're like, oh, but if you vote third party, you would have, you're just throwing away your vote. You're voting for Trump. Okay, but then if I don't vote, you say, well, you should vote. Okay, well then what the fuck do you want? Do you want me to vote third party? Do you want me to not vote? Like, you can't have it both ways, people. Come on. You can't have it both ways. So, in all honesty, would have done that. And my vote did not want to go to either one. My vote didn't want to go to Trump. I didn't want to go to Trump because Trump continued the wars. He continued the wars. He did a shitty job on handling climate change, the Paris Agreement. I have my own thoughts and opinions on that. Just overall, I thought he was kind of just a man-child and couldn't keep his mouth shut. He really did not have any business being near the levers of power. Let's just put it that way. And now, no offense to anybody, and I don't think anybody who voted for him is a racist, or definitely not, because I have many friends that like Trump, many supporters of this channel that like Trump, and that's totally fine. My boyfriend's mom really likes Trump, and she's an amazing person. She's been nothing but supportive of the both of us. Many people, many friends that I know, some family members even like Trump as well. But anyway, I don't mean to go off in that direction. But can people just understand that, like, why don't we just stop voting Democrat and Republican? Why do we have to vote for either one? They both fucking suck. It's like, I don't know if anyone's familiar. Well, a lot of people I bet are familiar. The former governor of Minnesota, who was also a wrestler, Jesse the Body Ventura, who, by the way, I definitely have admired for many years because I think he was definitely one of the best politicians out there. I think he's one of the most honest people in the political spectrum. He says the Democrats and the Republicans would continue the wars, and he's absolutely right. Because they have. Bush continued the wars, Obama continued the wars, and Trump continued the wars, and there's no doubt in my mind that Biden is going to continue the wars. So my whole thing is, I wasn't going to be happy with whoever got in. If Trump got reelected, I wouldn't have been happy. If Biden got in, which he did end up getting in, I'm not going to be happy. I don't necessarily, I think that the way some people on the right are taking this is ridiculous, saying that, like, he did this, he did that, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, just just move on, okay? Just fucking move on, okay? Listen, like, he got voted out. Just accept it and move on. Like, seriously, just accept it and move on. That's really all that can be said about it. Just accept it and move on. But at the same time, I don't exactly think that he got as many votes as he did. I think do I think that Biden won the popular vote? I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion to some people who watch this channel that might like Trump, and I apologize, but this is just my opinion. I think that Biden, let's just say, I don't know. Do I think he won fair and square? I don't know. I don't think he got as many votes as people say he did. I think he got more votes than Trump, but I don't think he got as many votes. I don't think he got as many votes as people say he did. Like saying he got more votes than Obama did. That's ridiculous. And do I think that there's rigging in this? I don't know. There probably is. There might be. There might not be. I don't know. That's all I'm saying is I don't know. Some people say that it is. Some people say, no, it's not. He won fair and square. My whole thing is, I don't know. What I do know is that he did not get as many votes as the media is saying. That he got more votes than Obama. He got more electoral votes than Obama. That's bullshit. The fact of the matter is, Trump was not a very good leader for this country. Neither is Biden, and Biden isn't going to be either. It's going to be just business as usual. He's going to continue the wars. He'll probably get voted out too. We'll see what happens on that. And I just want this fucking year to be over. The end of the year for me was definitely rough for me in many aspects of my personal life, but ever since Christmas, it's gotten a lot better for me. And I know it's been a rough year for everybody, and, like with my views on the world and on Trump and on, the election and blah, 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 the coronavirus, I try to take a balanced approach to it. But if I don't know something, I'm going to say I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and say that Biden is great, and I'm not going to also sit there and say Trump is great, because I don't think either one is that way. I don't think Biden got as many votes as he did. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. Do I think it's rigged? Probably. I don't know. I'll look more into that. But I don't think Biden got as many votes as he did. That's all I'm going to say. But to everybody else, just hang in there. Hopefully the next year is going to be better, because this year has been a fucking shit show. And I just hope that, Christmas was good for me. I got to hang out with I got to have Christmas dinner with my parents. I really miss seeing my grandparents, my aunt, my uncle. I know a lot of people have been away from some of their family members. I know it's been tough for people. It's been a fucking shitty year. This year has been fucking shit for a lot of people and for the world. For me personally, it's been a good year in a lot of ways, and then in other ways, not so good. It hasn't been good for many people in other ways either, but, I'm not trying to make it about me. It's not about me. It's about everybody. It's about everybody in the world. I think with regards to the coronavirus, I think we all just need to hang in there, do our best, do what we can do to stop this fucking thing. And now the vaccine is out. Mixed opinions on that. I'm not an anti-vax person. People who are anti-vaccine, that's fucking stupid too. But again, you can have your own thoughts and opinions. Like I said, you can comment and say whatever. I'm not going to berate you for it unless you're like a fucking pedophile or a creep. I'm not going to berate you for having a different opinion. Or if you're just civil with me. But if you're like a straight up dick or whatever, then I'm going to put you in your place. But when it comes to the vaccine, I don't know. I think, is it effective? Is it going to be effective? Possibly. Am I going to take the vaccine? Depends. If it doesn't have any bad side effects to my health, I'll take it. But if it does, I won't. That's all I'm going to say on the vaccine. The vaccine, Biden, Trump, and the coronavirus. I know this year has been tough for everybody. Let's just all try to just hang in there, do what we can do, and come together. Put politics aside, and just come together, and just understand that we're all the same. We are. We're all the same. Despite our political leanings or whatever, We're all the same. We all have feelings. We all just need to be in this together. We all need to just come together and just wrap up this year and just realize that it's been a fucking shitty year, and let's just make it better. Let's just make it better. Let's just do everything we can do to make this year better. And let's just hope that 2021 is a better year than this year. Goodbye, 2020. Fuck you. Goodbye. And let's hope that, that this year is better. And let's just hope that everyone comes together and the divisiveness heals and we can all just come together and just be a global community again. And I'm just hoping for the best and hope everybody out there, whoever's out there, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, whatever, just hang in there. Just try to heal. Try to do the best you can. Just move forward and hope everybody's all right out there. I really do. I just hope that everybody watching this channel, everyone who watches me, just try to hang in there. And let's just do our part. Let's just do everything we can do to put an end to all of this, and let's just work together and hope that the next year is a better year. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now because I'm going to be meeting my friend pretty soon. I have to get ready for that. So, anyway, hope all of you had a great Christmas. Hope you all have a great New Year's, and I will see all of you again in 2021. And Zach the Celtics guy will be back with more videos soon in the next year, and with more topics and more videos on the way. Hope you all had a great Christmas and a great New Year. Have a great New Year's, and stay safe, be well, and I'll be back with more soon. Zach the Celtics guy signing off, and we'll be back with more soon. And we'll be back in the New Year's. Bye for now. Peace out. Later.